cannabis is being grown absolutely everywhere. I think from memory, I've sold 5 drug dens in my time as an estate agent. This one has just gone up in smoke in a very nice part of the city. I'm going to tell you how to spot one near you. Fire has absolutely ripped through this place. It's taken all of the roof out, and it looks like all of the bedrooms and upstairs as well. It's all been boarded up. But like I say, I'm on a very nice suburban street. So what do these drug dealers look out for? These drug gangs, what are they doing in our cities? How are they getting hold of the houses? And what are they doing with them? Well, the first thing we're going to do is go and take a look at one of the houses that I sold a few years back that had been used as a drug den and tell you what happened there. Now, this terrace street on LE3 is where I saw my first drug den ever. Now, I can't remember exactly which one it was, but I think it was in this run here. So it was an interesting one though, because the guy knew everything that had happened at that house after the fact, obviously. So it had been rented out for a period of time before the gentleman found out what had actually happened. Now, these houses are very traditional. So they're 2 reception rooms, 2 bedrooms upstairs. Different gangs grow in different ways. So some will use pots and just like plant loads of pots in the house, put the lights up, get all the ducting in, and then that's how they'll manage their crop, so to speak, and they'll use the attic and they'll use all the rooms. But what they don't do is they don't always use the front room, so that if people then look through the window, you can't tell that it's a grow house. But what other gangs do can absolutely knacker houses. They'll put a board at the door at sort of like knee-high level in, let's say, the front bedroom, and they fill that room up with soil. Just fill it with soil, fertiliser and whatever else, and they plant straight into that. But then they water that as well. So you can imagine what that's doing to the floorboards, and it's got clearing that is an absolute nightmare. And that's what happened here. It was an absolute mess when the gentleman got it back. Thankfully, insurance covered it. The police actually raided that house while the growers were there. I can't remember if they got caught or not, but one guy went out the back window onto the flat roof at the back and then into all the surrounding alleyways around here. As you can see, there's a lot of housing around here, big long streets, and there's alleyways in between each house. Now, they're blocked off now, a lot of them, but when this happened, you could literally run around them and you could get away probably quite easily if you were fairly nimble. There's numerous things to look out for if you're thinking, I might live near a cannabis factory, but I'm just going to give you 3. Number 1, the house is very hot. So if you live next door to it, you'd probably be able to feel the amount of heat in there because of all the lighting. But also, something I've seen on like police programs and stuff is if it's snowing or there's frost on the roof, if there's one particular house that is not very frozen at all, in fact, it's probably clear, then it might mean that there's a lot of heat in the attic, melting all the frost and the snow. Number 2, and I've seen this myself, windows blacked out. So they'll put boards up at the window inside so that light's not getting in from outside, and they can control atmosphere and things like that actually inside the property. So yeah, if all the windows are boarded or blacked out, usually upstairs, like I say, they keep downstairs fairly nice a lot of the time, certainly at the front of the property. And lastly, a fairly obvious one, it will smell a little bit. Even after they've been cleared out, you can still get that bit of a scent that you get quite a lot of the time. And also, there'll be a lot of people moving in and out at one particular time. It's just whether you're around to see it when they do it, because they've got to get all the plants in, they've got to get all the soil in, then they've got to get all that stuff out and things like that. So you'll just get a feeling that things probably just don't feel right. So although this video is a little bit tongue-in-cheek in parts, it's a very serious issue across many cities in the UK now. Cannabis is being grown absolutely everywhere, and it's usually in rented property where a landlord has, like I said at the start, rented their house out to someone thinking, brilliant, that's going to be looked after nicely, and they just absolutely have no respect for it, trash it, grow loads of drugs in there, make loads of money, knacker all the electrics, batter the house, and then they just move on and do it again if they don't get caught, or if they think there's someone maybe a little bit close by, they'll probably just do a runner with it and just leave, and it's really, really not fair. So it's a big thing, organised crime. It's something we have to keep an eye out for. Not so much me as a sales agent, but certainly letting agents have to be very careful when renting property out and make sure that all the checks are being done properly so that this doesn't happen to anybody else. Thanks for watching. Hope that's been informative. If you've got any questions at all about property in and around Leicester, Leicestershire, or do you know what? Across the whole of the UK, I'll try and help as best I can. Like I say, I'm on Cannabis house number 4 or 5 from what I can remember in my 17 years in estate agency. So imagine how many there must be actually.